What's up, guys? Johnny Maggot here, and it's time for the Year 3 Conference Championship game. My Toronto Mounties hosting the London Monarchs. And this is what they got. They got Jimmy Garoppolo, Joe Mixon. Alright, they got a pretty good offense. Nasty left tackle. Okay, the right side of the offense line is weaker. Pretty good defensive line. Pre-existing injuries are off, so they got Ryan Shazier. They got a decent linebacker core. And they got a solid secondary too. Alright. So this is a good team. But that's what you expect from a team in the conference championship game. We're going to use our playbook, the Maggot Off and the Maggot D. The Maggot Off is actually in the downloadable section if you wanted to try it out. We're going to go with our navy blue home against their black, I guess. And let's play. Henry is no longer injured. Pierre Desir had some big games down the stretch. My team doesn't have many tackles. It's a lot of incompletions. And
hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the London Monarchs and the Toronto Mounties.
This is kind of good that they're not wearing white. This would be harder to see him.
Sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And now we get a look at the offensive starters.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people. Catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself...
The only other game this week is the Mexico City Diablos versus the Carolina Panthers, which is Rob versus Matt.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
We had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what was fun to me was to hear him say, I like what we did, but we need more pressure on the quarterback this week. What he wouldn't tell us, though, was how he was going to create it. Is it going to be just the front four? Is it going to be three? Is he going to bring linebacker, secondary? This will be fun to check out.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
And
he finds Stills complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
12 more yards there and another first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there
we go.
Pressure, and he will go down. Sack back.
There you get the orange shot.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
By 20.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he will find his man on the outside.
All right.
And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
There's Garoppolo to throw.
And what a catch.
Look at that, a diving catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
Oh, I tried to jump it.
And he gets
Damn.
in the end zone for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No. Look.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun, because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They begin with a run by Miller. He finds an opening past the 40.
There we go.
And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that, because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all.
There we go.
I still remember being in school.
Another good run.
And one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot
that safety just took out Henry.
When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this
there
day,
we go.
they want to run the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, 28 yards. And
Yeah,
these
love
guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew
Yeah,
up.
it's getting blocked.
This is blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point
He gets blocked a lot this year.
unsuccessful.
And that one gets blocked. There's simply nothing simple about trying to execute the PAT in some snow.
No, absolutely not. We saw Exhibit A of it right there.
You know, one thing that's going to be happening in the game now, the analytics side is going to get involved about what it takes, what the percentages are in the snow, what it's going to be like in the rain. All those things are going to come into play. You may see people decide to go for 2 more often if you have inclement weather.
Yeah, see that. You can see me doing it.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety.
There we go.
He will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Nice play, Armstrong.
Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long?
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Okay.
And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now this offense about ready to take over again.
Right side, right.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll work
Nice
this
run.
one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Nice catch.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first down carry for Henry. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Wide open Devin punches.
And he takes it down deep into enemy
There we go.
territory. A big play there. And even 40 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional running.
Seated to my right, Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Toronto football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The quick slant caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he tracked,
it's caught. Touchdown. Devin Funchess, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, that's as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Nice run
That's
stop.
going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And Brake has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Garoppolo now. Complete. He finds Brake. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Yeah, and that got deflected at the line.
Shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
120! 180!
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down.
Ooh,
and
nice
the hit
hit.
jarred loose. It's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Dumps it off to Mixon.
And no 1st down, that's what's
And
important.
able to break one tackle, but then
Well, they have a
quickly
good
brought
kicker.
down.
They can make it.
Nice little gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. What you're counting on is your back to use his legs
and I
and
almost
his
hit the kicker.
elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down.
Glad I missed.
In this case, it didn't
Because he
happen.
missed.
And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. They begin with Henry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Henry's having a good game against these guys.
13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Both backs are.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. The 20. It's hauled in by Shepard.
Now you got a scrambling quarterback that's good at throwing on the run.
Down inside the 20.
He used to not be good at it, but now he is. This is up to almost a minute overall now.
I know you weren't a quarterback. You were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends on whether we're going to wear a glove, not wear a glove. How cold is it? You know, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going,
ball,
but that's not easy as well.
Punch's ball.
Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow.
Shepard.
Kids love it. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing.
Face mask.
It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
There we go.
They're giving the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll look to throw, buying time to his left, and this will be a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
We'll make up from that mess too earlier.
Run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
They'll try and run it in with Henry.
And I should have kept it.
Not going to get in there.
Oh, well.
He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for two?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys,
Jimmy.
Can we get a little bit closer this time?
Good play.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Here we go. 180!
From midfield, here's Garoppolo.
Not likely to win.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Who is coming into the game for them? Adrian Bender. He is not a bad player either. Slower than Garoppolo. Less likely to take off and run. I mean, he might be more likely because Garoppolo's a better thrower, but he's not terrible.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. And his pass incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. It's complete to Brown, right side. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Clock stops.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field.
That guy's over the top.
Flying up. Great catch. They're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Looking to throw on second down.
Ooh, nice play.
And that one got tipped.
Get up and knock that down.
It brings up third.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now on third and long.
Yeah, that's all you, 28.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Sherman.
In for the score.
Sherman just...
And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Yeah, it's still plenty of time to score.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that will get them one closer.
There's plenty of time to score twice.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Gun! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, didn't quite want to throw it yet, but I did at the same time.
Force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling
shit, ran into that
nowhere
sack.
to escape, and he goes down. And play is stopped here. Timeout.
Third and long.
It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Okay, I'll settle for the one score.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Inaccurate throw.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. He's going to go deep for Funchess. This is caught. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Oh, bad. Good read on him. Bad read on me.
Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. So we come upon halftime. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
All right, we've got a 5-point lead. Let's get at least 3.
They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Pretty good pass defense. Let's run.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, here's Miller. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
All right, fourth down.
He lost
Or
2
third down.
there, and it's third down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got him.
There we go. They weren't expecting that.
And all the way in for the touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 61 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone
2-point
to
conversion.
extend the lead by 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground
13-point lead.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed
Really lane by Mixon.
This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the
They're
time.
not too great.
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now let's go.
On second down, here's Mixon.
Oh, shit.
And he spins past him and into space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside.
That was a great run by Mixon.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Set, 3-19.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bender to Mixon on the check
down.
down.
Move.
And he'll be
because you
brought
can
down
come backwards a little
at the
bit.
21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage.
Yeah, 10-point game.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah,
looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch 18. Single receiver.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Oh, shit.
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
On 1st down, Bender. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Cameron Brate, 36 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking for Shepard deep.
I thought for sure Shepard was going to leave so long that.
Nice hit.
Damn.
Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando,
there we go.
Florida. An absolute mess. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no
Burner.
pressure.
This is caught
Jakeem
inside
Grant.
the 15. And he's into the end
He doesn't always catch the ball, but when he does, something's going to happen.
And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Running backs are having a good game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Once again, they run with Mixon.
Yikes.
And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line.
Careful,
right
don't make him run with a face mask.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The street wants to pass.
1st and 10. Bender.
Never mind.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by
People are
Cobb.
been in the zone
And
because they'll play
inside
action.
the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on. Welcome back to Toronto as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Mixon with a first down carry. That
There we go.
running right through it. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No takeaways. It's crazy because we led the league in takeaways with a lot.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, Bender.
There we go.
Big loss here as he's taken down.
Forced him to kick that field goal.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it.
Oh, I hit the
And
kicker.
Suckup will put this
Come
one right
on.
through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the point.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That's the 2nd time you got through. The first time you missed.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th
And
quarter, that's not
luckily
the
they
penalty
missed.
you want.
Not
Automatic
at all.
first down.
Discipline comes into question.
This time,
Having poise, this stage of the
you
game,
get through.
you can't have those kind of plays.
And
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try
you
leads
hit
to
the
a
kicker.
new set of downs inside the red zone.
And granted, it gives us another chance to pick off a pass or something, but
After the penalty is Mixon. He'll get this down inside
Come
the 10
on.
for a pickup of about 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Again, it's Mixon.
There we go.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw. Bender.
oh, you can't hit stick someone else on the ground.
Kenny
Damn it.
Stills, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to make this a close
See what
game
happens?
again.
That 3 turns into
And with
7.
the rules as touchy as they
Damn
can
it.
be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone. And oh, it's blocked.
Okay. 3 turn into 6. Okay. That's not as bad as 7, but that's bad.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Oh, I did. Oh, when you grip the controller
And we
weird
won't see a
sometimes.
play on first down. We're going to get a timeout
You
instead.
get timeout.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside
I hope I don't
here
need that
in the
later.
4th quarter.
Leopard!
The pitch to Henry. Right through it.
Boom, bam, biff.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
What the heck?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh,
And it pops free.
Damn.
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up
I
second
did not think he was
down.
going to jump that.
You get
Guess
a
I
tight
should have
end
known
like
better,
this,
though.
and you know he's used to dishing out punishment,
Got
but
lucky.
here, he's going to have to
Got
absorb
really
the
lucky.
contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
No, check, Patriots!
They'll toss it to Henry, pushing through the contact. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Wow, so they had an incomplete pass. There they go out of bounds on the run. Virtually no time off the clock for the first 2 downs.
And there's no way that's part of what they practiced in OTAs, mini camp, preseason camp, all the way through the season. You go through these scenarios and you work on them, and you have periods in practice that you say,
Oh,
okay,
come
this
on.
is
That's
what the
supposed to be a
scenario is.
lofted
This is
over the
what we need to
linebacker
get
type
done.
play. Come
You gotta
on.
take time off the clock. That's what you've practiced. That's what you've worked on. They didn't get it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted,
Oh.
but it winds up falling incomplete.
People keep blowing me up.
On now, Kaiser, the punter, sending it away.
A nice backspin punt.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing on first down. Bender. It's caught. Stills, right side. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on
we
the
need a
first play
takeaway,
of the
guys.
drive. Give him 14.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And brought in by Braid. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Green 39. Green.
On first down, Bender. Pass incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. That'll bring up second down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it. And he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he comes back with one complete.
He rocks him, and he still holds on.
7 catches for him now, and this last one,
Jeez.
a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for
We're looking at that accidental timeout possibly being a big deal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You're so lucky that it's incomplete, no fumble.
In this game, offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw on third down. Bender. This will be caught at about the 6. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll give it to Mixon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from
Accidental
the 5 down to
timeout
the 3.
would kill me.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. To throw on second down. Bender. And
there we go.
Get a throw away. He's taken down.
Alright, boy, Armstrong.
Remember, it's also third down. They'll look to throw. And, a crush there as it's intercepted. Picked up
there we go.
Roby Coleman. He was looking that time for Stills.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there.
That was
Backs to the wall. The offense eyes in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
There we go.
And now look at this.
Oh, come on! Come on, man!
At their own 46-yard line.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
There we go.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Still got to run the ball because the thing is just 5 seconds off the clock. But
Those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give
Derrick Henry.
There we go. This time you should be good.
30, 20. And he's
There we go.
Touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Back to the air on second down. Bender. His throw incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On third down, Bender. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Second and goal from inside the 5. They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Back to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to go down.
Took the sack and the incomplete pass.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So
it was a tough fourth quarter. The game itself wasn't tough. The fourth quarter was tough.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
There's definitely some plays where my defenders get caught flat-footed as well.
25, second and 10.
Set! 319! 319!
Throwing again. Bender. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second
Yeah,
down. Now they're likely down to
shouldn't
their
have been
final
that
two
close.
plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
Just end the damn game and get on to the Super Bowl.
Championship game.
Rob, Matt, who's next?
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. But Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre.
I'm hearing a lot of people say Rob's gonna make it, but
it's the Saints, and they get it done.
I mean, just because
the Super Bowl, they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Matty T lost a game week 17. Yeah, he still went 15-1 in regular season.
The entire crew will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
I'm just hoping it's a good game no matter who wins that NFC Championship game. But until then, could be Friday. Could be tonight for all I know. No, not likely tonight. Not likely tomorrow night. Could be Thursday or Friday for all I know. Have a good one, Joe. See you later.